That was 100% a joke to piss Tyler off.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Last session, after defeating the Earth Phoenix, the party, once again, sans Seymour, gets a moment to lick their wounds on top of the mountain. They get to celebrate, even though they're exhausted and very near death. However, there's some fans on the other side of the mountain that want to immediately celebrate with you, and so they just decide to portal over, welcome you into their little underground hideout, and revelry ensues. Once you guys are sufficiently liquored up, plied with drink, you, as the visitors to this place, are challenged to a series of contests testing your skills, specifically those of athletics, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, and charisma. What's that?
I had completely blocked that part out.
That's filled most of the session, to be quite honest.
That's all I remembered.
So there was
entirety of it.
wrestling, there was dance-off gymnastics thing, drinking contest, of course. There was an Airbud moment where two people had to call the dog towards them, and then finally a performance. The party started off strong, wavered a bit by the end, recognizing that their performance skills were a little lower without their resident bard, but still ultimately won the overall contest and wore the championship belts figuratively for the night. As you get a moment to rest and recuperate, a well-deserved long rest, not much happens that night, but the next morning you wake to find... before I say that, Desto did have a dream about his father and sort of giving us a little peek into the chaotic headspace that Desto's in right now. But then you all woke up. I believe Buck was the first to wake and went downstairs to find a returned Seymour.
This was still up in the room.
Was this up in the room?
Yeah, he woke up in the room and I was there.
Okay.
God,
Then I misspoke.
Seymour.
Seymour is up in Buck's room, saying he's back or good morning, and
Hey, you're finally awake.
That's right. And so that is where we will pick up tonight's session with Seymour back under the same roof as the rest of the party and what they have to discuss.
Cool beans. Sorry. This session is brought to you by the teensiest little dice that I have ever seen in my life.
It is too early for the ad, Brent. It is too early.
No,
for
it is not
unpaid
too
ad.
early because there will be a follow-up ad,
Okay.
but this revelation of characters and Seymour showing up in my room is brought to you by these teensy dice.
Gotcha.
So Buck kind of comes awake, sees you, Seymour, and immediately will take a pillow and hurl it at him. Because he in his head, after everything that they've experienced, he's not sure that he's not still dreaming, or he is a manifestation of an angry god who is trying to torment him.
Okay. DM, quick question here. Is this a
Yes.
playful hurl, or is this the pillow is the closest weapon I have at my disposal, and I am trying
No.
to...
My glaive is right by the thing. I don't ever go to sleep without it being right there.
Okay.
No, this is I am like... It's that thing where it's like you're tossing something to make sure like it doesn't just go through them.
Gotcha. You're just testing, like, is he there? Physically,
Yes.
corporeally? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm making sure that he is physically, corporeally there.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to see what we're measuring there. But I guess go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. What do I add?
We'll say +3.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say, am I proficient with pillows?
I would like to
my
say
God.
that I'm like at the table, like in the room kind of thing, like sitting at the chair. And given what's going on. I like already started to make Buck's coffee and
Sure.
was like grabbing his cup. So I like look over to grab the cup, and
So
the
yeah,
pillow
it's like
happens. And we'll see what happens from there. But it's like
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Would a 16 hit?
beats my armor class.
Okay. Now Seymour, make a dexterity saving throw. I need you to beat we'll call it a 15.
Natural 1.
All right, so as you are hit with the pillow, the glass falls, or the mug falls, shattering on the floor.
Too bad I have a travel mug there, homie. So it doesn't break.
On a nat 1, it does.
I didn't use
a metal mug break.
traveling
Great
mug. Maybe I
question.
didn't use your traveling mug because I didn't go through your bag. I just used the mug in the room.
I'm
No,
going to
okay,
say
so the
the
mug in the room.
rapid change in environmental pressure.
Fine. No, the mug in the room shatters, and
Your
it's just
metal mug shatters.
Do I take any damage from burned coffee at this point?
We're gonna say no. You'll skate on that, but the mug is broken.
oh shit.
Thanks. Real cool.
I had to make sure you were real. You were there.
I like pressed it around a little and cast them. Hand, right? Yeah, I've got mage hand, and I like start using the mage hand to pick up the pieces of the glass and like put them together, and just like, really, that's what you're gonna start the morning with?
You're going to start the morning with scaring me by appearing in my room. You could have called. You could have written.
Well, you were pretty drunk last night when I showed back up, so it's not like I really had a choice because you were gallivanting with your new friends here at the bar.
Well,
It's like you guys didn't even care I was gone. You had just as fun of a time, if not better, without me.
Look. You do not get to leave and yell at demons, and then fuck off to who knows where, and get to come throwing accusations like that. No. We had fun because we almost died. Actually, no. I did die. I went to the realms of my fathers and ancestors and had a place picked out, and I was ready for that to be it. But
And why did you almost die?
Because I went to try and find our friends who ran away because of our argument. And then shit happened. We climbed up a mountain and there was a bird. Like, cool. And then demons showed up. And it wasn't like we were trying to look for a fight this time. We didn't have a means of dealing with it other than I tried talking to the bird so many fucking times. Oh my god. And then I pick up the Pokeball that's on my belt with the bird in it. I swear by all that is holy, you will be my friend or I will kill you. And put it back. No. You will be my friend or you will die. We weren't having more fun without you. We were having fun because we had a lot of shit that happened in a short matter of time. You fucked off, Bobby Joe went up a mountain, and we got jumped. That is why we were fighting. We didn't cause anything. If anything, who's to say you didn't send them? Because you spoke in some demonic language. I'm not accusing you. I don't want you to get that impression, but like you don't get to come here and throw accusations at me about abandoning you when you're the one who left.
The reason we got in the fight in the first place is because nobody makes critical judgment decisions that actually help the party. I leave for 10 fucking minutes as I chant something to ward off the demons in their own language. And then you turn around and you scatter to the winds and fucking almost die. You realize this is how the argument started.
Look,
And this is how it ends, with you guys once again facing the consequences of your terrible decisions.
that may be the case. And I have made plenty of mistakes. But Seymour, if you did do this thing, I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt on these. You could have said, you gave us no indication that that is what you were doing. You ran away, yelled in language we didn't understand, and then just disappeared, giving us no impression or any kind of idea of what you were doing. Bobby Joe left, so, and no offense to her, but I didn't want any of the rest of us to go alone. So basically what happened is that you went one way, Bobby Joe went the other way, and I felt it more prudent to go after her because, as you have proven, you can take care of yourself. And then by climbing a mountain, this caused us to have to fight hither and yon and all the beasts from the abyss. I'm sorry, like, so I shouldn't leave my house now if I'm going to get jumped? Because I'm facing the consequences of my actions for living?
All right, the DM
I'm
is gonna
sorry.
cut in here for a second just to say, I think at this point, your voices have crested and
varied.
fallen. It varied
I was
enough
just about to say.
that if the players opt not to for character reasons, that is totally okay. But this is the DM kind of releasing the gate that if you would like, I think it is about the time that the other party members would be waking up and joining the conversation. So perhaps we don't get too far afield and have Seymour have to backtrack all of this stuff. So
all in this room.
I believe you had, oh gosh. Yeah, I think you might have been in the same room. So I guess also I think if you would like, you could also say kind of you guys were coming out of groggy sleep, but maybe that way we don't have to backtrack all the way through this conversation. You can kind of jump in wherever you feel like your character would have heard. Does that seem fair? Does that track for everybody?
That seems fair.
Okay. So yeah, you are all, if you would like to be awake, if you, again, for character reasons, would like your character to still be sleeping, that is also totally fine.
My apologies, Buck, for not having the best manners after getting punched in the face and being told I can leave if I want to for the third time by this party. What was that, Kayla? Sorry, I wanted to...
I would like to throw my pillow at both of you unharmingly, just like at the floor to get your attention.
Fair enough.
I won't
And
make
I'm
you roll
gonna
for
yell
that
at
one.
both.
I just see the pillow like slide in front of us, like.
I'm just gonna get mad. Could you two both shut the fuck up? You sound like parents that need a divorce, but you're trying to make it work for the kids. And it's not fun for any of us, and that's why I left in the first place.
Gotcha. So I shouldn't try to make it work.
No! Stop twisting everybody's words! You're the worst!
Bobby Joe is somehow 15 now.
Go to your room, young lady.
I'm in my room.
I'm in my room. And then
I could do the full teenager thing and scream that I hate it here and use my other pillow to put over my face.
I honestly, I was expecting it. But immediately after this, it's just, I never wanted you to leave. I
And why have
thought
you threatened it so many times?
I was giving
When
you
I've
an
just tried to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we do things smartly. These are our lives on the line, which obviously maybe means a little something to you more now since you said across to the other side. So when we
I'm
make
not gonna
these
say
decisions,
anything. Sorry to cut you off, Taz, but I just want it to be known. Like I, I sit up from where I am, and I'm kind of just observing and staying out of it because my personal thinking is like this is between them. They need this.
Sure.
So I'm not going to get involved.
Yeah, you guys notice as like Desto's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? He's moving. He's kind of like shaking himself awake, but seems to be quiet and giving you a wide berth.
I have done everything I can to work with local authorities, political people, royalty, the college, to find any way to make sure we have the resources at our need to make sure that we get through this successfully. And every opportunity comes down to somebody making rash, selfish decisions over and over again. And it's funny because normally I'm the one who is always looking out for myself and taking people in secondary. And I have done everything I can to keep an eye out on everybody else. But not once does it seem like any of you guys have enough self preservation to actually think about, am I affecting the other party members? Am I making this worse on other people?
I we have expression in Goblin. You are very much the crow calling the raven black. And in this, yes, have we acted selfishly and all these things? Sure. Have we not thought about full ramifications of our actions? Absolutely. But my friend, can you look me honestly in the face and tell me you have not done same? Have you not trusted us enough to make these unilateral decisions? You have acted more selfishly than the rest of us. Am I not saying it's justified? Sure, because you know more about these things than we do. But if we are in this together, and I reiterate, I never wanted you to go. I gave you an out because it clearly seemed like you didn't want to be here.
When have I been so selfish it put the party in danger?
By not telling us what you're doing, by not trusting us with information that you're talking to these people or doing these things or making these contacts or doing whatever. You've
I've
never
done
done
all of that in front of you.
everything you have ever done for this party, you've done, and you've told us everything. You've never once lied to us. Look, everybody has done
You are
things that
using a baseless accusation to just try to prove a point.
baseless accusation. I'm asking you a question. I don't know anything of what you've done or not done. I'm asking you,
So
have
then
you
how
ever
am I
lied
being
to us?
selfish? That's my whole point, is you're getting on this horse about why am I being selfish, yet you have not expressed a single moment when I have been. You're
The
asking
very
about if I've done
the
things
very
on my
fact
own. Of course I have. But the matter of fact is that the decisions I've made have all been in the interest of the party and have had no ramifications about us all dying.
then do us the courtesy and tell us that you're doing them.
Fine. The next time I have to kill somebody to make sure that we all stay alive, I'll let you know.
It don't be pissy about it. The thing about it is that
Am I
we're
not allowed to be pissy?
no,
You have your
you
whole
are allowed
range
to
of emotions and your barbaric nature to get angry at the smallest things because of your pride. Oh, because somebody said something mean. Oh, because somebody belittled you. I can't have my own discord. I can't have my own emotions about this.
Not when you get defensive and don't even bother to answer my own question. Because clearly you have done things without telling us. And that does affect us, one way or another. At least we have the courtesy of doing it together in front of everybody. And Seymour, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
that
swinging royalties doing anybody a courtesy in this group.
she was going to kill us.
Not if we played our hand right.
Well, clearly people were dying outside, and I was done with it. If I can save a single life with my own sacrifice, then it was well worth paid. If I can give you and the rest of the party an extra 5 minutes of a chance to try and make your escape or defeat the bad guy or do whatever it needs to do, then that is a price well paid for me. I made the judgment
The
call.
world goes to ruin. You realize the gravity of what has been put on our shoulders. You're arguing about an extra moment or two in a fight. When if you fail and we all fail, the world goes and gets destroyed anyway. So if you're not taking care of yourself, you'll never be able to save everyone, let alone that one soul, because he's going to die too.
Better to do something than not at all. And this is the same argument that we have had over and over and over and over again. And you and I have a fundamental disagreement about this. I think we are both looking for the same thing. It is just going two different ways about it. I am going to leave. We are not done with this conversation. I am not trying to run away. What I'm doing is I'm getting up, I'm going, I'm getting some coffee because I dropped mine, or caused mine to fall. And maybe we can, as a group, have a rational discussion about what happens moving forward. All of this to say, and I will get up and kind of walk over to where Seymour is, and I will put a great big paw on his shoulder, and I will squeeze, and not in an aggressive way, but in a warm,
Just to check and not to instigate.
Yes.
Seymour, do you allow that hand to rest on your shoulder, or do you move it in any way to throw that off?
You'll see it's kind of like rolled.
Okay.
You put it on there, and as you start to squeeze, you feel my shoulder
Pull
move.
back a little.
I will drop the hand, and I am glad to see you. And I'm sorry that you felt the need to leave, and that we drove you to feel that. We are better together, and I want to make this work. And Buck will leave to go find what nasty excuse for coffee these dwarves have. It's probably made from mushrooms.
Seymour's going to look at the pot of coffee that he made in the room, just that he's getting the cup from, looking at it and be like, still never good enough, huh? Nothing I ever do is good enough for him.
I'm gonna sit there and I'm just like, well, that went great. That was good. That was good. Welcome back, Seymour.
Do you say though that went well, like out loud, or was that like under your breath?
No, like kind of like under my breath, like not like super out loud, like sarcastically, kind of just like, well, that went great. And then I am going to say to Seymour, though, like, welcome back.
You'll like see as he's sitting at the table, his like fist is clenched and just like kind of does like and he kind of just gives you the nod right now as he's like trying not to say anything like short or like rude or crude, given that it's like high emotion there.
Yeah, I'm in the mindset just like he got a lot off his chest he wanted to get off, and there's no sense in like poking the bear or just let's just move on from it.
Yeah.
All right. Desto and Seymour have that brief exchange. I'm gonna check in. Sledge, what you been up to, buddy? How's this sitting with you?
Oh, I just I wake up. I'm groggy.
Now you're waking up.
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm hungover. I just get up.
Okay. Then you see
You roll
Seymour.
up underneath the bed.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of my eyes are like half open. Going down to get that mushroom coffee, which. Brent, now I need to ask, have you been getting nothing but ads for freaking mushroom coffee? Because all my Facebook is mushroom coffee. So it's just funny that you brought it up.
It's that
Sledge doesn't even take the coffee in the room either.
It's the fact that Cheyenne can only drink mushroom coffee, or like she's only supposed to. And it's like, and she gave me some. It's like, it's so good, and I'm like, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great. This is so.
It's something.
All I think about is Stifler from American Wedding. It's so good. So anyway, I'm half awake, and I just look at Seymour, and you ever been that like groggy, like I'm awake, I don't want to be awake, I don't really know what's going on, I need coffee, and so I'm just like, walk past Seymour, acknowledge his existence, and just, you owe me a snake, lady, and then walk past him to go get coffee with Buck.
Damn, so you walk right past it too. The coffee that I made on the counter for.
To be fair, I don't even see it.
Exactly, that's what it's like. Okay, but it's noted. I just picture Bobby Joe still with like the pillow over her face, like trying to get an extra few minutes out of it. Well,
Buck, are you in Krav Magoblin this morning? Is that on your plate of stuff to do?
Yes, it is. It is basically. Buck wasn't ignoring Seymour's coffee. Buck was giving him space, and is like, okay, so I'm gonna get some coffee, and then we're gonna do Krav Magoblin. Maybe in like trying to find a quiet spot, maybe doing it in front of a bunch of dwarves. Who knows?
Seymour, is it like a big pot of coffee, or is it just a big cup of coffee, or what?
It's the traditional travel pot that we've been using.
Oh, I thought you had just made a cup of coffee, so that's also on me. That's my bad.
I mean, I'm not used to it. If it's not Buck coffee, I don't really want it. I've kind of become a snob now, so I don't notice it. But even if I did, I would walk by it because it's not Buck coffee, and I want some Buck coffee right now.
Buck's not making coffee.
Buck always makes coffee or tea or treats, and I want them. But DM overall plan for Sledge and Seymour's appearance does not change this. I will make sure that he does not affect me in any way, shape, or form anymore.
Okay.
I will not rely on him. Coffee, pray to God, Krav Magoblin in that order. So
okay,
just to throw it out there.
I am cool with that. AJ, I am going to ask you a question to get inside your character a little bit more. This has been a pretty regular routine for Sledge over the course of this adventure. Certainly since you met Buck and learned what Krav Magoblin is. Can I ask you to just kind of tell me from Sledge's perspective what it is about this routine that he keeps coming back to? Like why this is seemingly so important to him?
Much like AJ, Sledge is autistic. He tries.
Hold on,
schedule.
Caleb. Hold on. That is a good reason, but I want to see if AJ has a better one.
Well, I feel like I'm a creature of habit. I like having a routine. I like sticking with said routine. This is not one of the routines that feels like your day is not complete unless you start with it. I also understand you have to harden the body just like you'd harden a piece of armor in order to get it how you would like it shaped, how you would like it presented, and just refined. And I understand you have to do this with armor, with weapons, as well as your body and mind and spirit. So that's why he tries to conduct the forging, so to speak, of both mind, body, spirit with praying, Krav Magoblin, and then actually tinkering with his hammer and forge and stuff like that.
Sure. So if I may read into that a little bit from my seat as the DM, Sledge is used to the monotony of, hundreds, if not thousands, of hammer blows that are necessary in order to forge a great piece of metalwork. And that consistency, that repetition is something that he has taken over to his own life. And you are just constantly, much like you are searching to craft the perfect piece, you are, in essence, also attempting to improve your own person through these rituals. Okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that explanation. I love that. And so you go out with Buck, grab some coffee. You have your morning prayer time with Gond, and do your Krav Magoblin. And unless there's anything specific you'd like to pray about, I think that is a great overview of things. But just before I move on, checking in, is there anything else we should touch base on?
I'm just going to ask if I can do the roll for the divine intervention when I pray, because that's like the daily thing.
Sure.
Is the divine intervention, trying to get all our stuff still.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't think it's going to work, but who knows? Maybe one day we'll get there. D100, and it has to be up to your cleric level, right?
Yeah, so you're...
I believe that's how it works. So
level
I need
10
a 10
or 11?
below.
10 or below? Okay.
Yeah, 10 or below. Let's see. Yeah, so close.
What'd you get?
25.
25. Okay.
We'll get there eventually. One
Yeah.
day. It's a numbers game.
Okay. So Sledge has now exited the room. He is going through his morning routine with Buck, who has also exited the room to give Seymour space or walk away from the conversation. We know what's going on in Buck's head, but you guys are in the thick of a fight, or an argument, if you will. The thick of a discussion, and sometimes we don't always know what's going on. We just know what's going on with ourselves. So Seymour, you're left in the room with Desto, who, other than acknowledging your presence, seems to be kind of giving you a wide berth unless something else pops up, and Bobby Joe, who threw a pillow at you, asked y'all both to shut the fuck up, kind of had a bit of a stop at both of you moment. But it's now, you've 2 party members have left. You've got 2 remaining. Is there anything said or awkward silence, or you go about doing something? But what is happening next for the group of these 3 people?
I'll go get some of Seymour's coffee.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay
Okay,
there.
I'll
with
just
my face.
I'll pour a cup and just look at him. Thank you, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, sure. Bobby Joe, what did you say?
I'm gonna stay in my bed. I'm awake, but my pillow's still over my face.
Okay.
So, what do you think your next move is here, Desto?
I mean, we try to save the world, right? Sounds easy enough.
You feel like a half-hearted like chuckle at him. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna let out like a little sigh and just honestly, I don't know, man. I think more importantly than anything, we just all need to try to stick together, and we can have different ideals. Just think what we like. Listen, I'm not gonna go on a long rant like Buck did, but I think what we have is special in a way, you know. And me and you don't always get along. I don't agree with you. I disagree with some of the things you just said, but you know, at the end of the day, we look out for each other, and I know you had our back there, you know. So I see it, but I think more importantly than anything, we just need to try to stick together.
Couldn't
As
let you guys kill
stupid as
another.
that sounds. What'd you say? Sorry.
Couldn't let you guys kill another bird.
Yeah, it was probably going that way, huh? I think the bird might have killed us, though. So, thank you.
Somehow I feel like that would have been easier. I could have fixed that.
Might have. You know, glad you're all right.
Yeah.
And I'm
I feel
gonna
like
just,
there's a
you know.
difference.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like there's a difference between us being able to cooperate despite different ideals and us being able to cooperate by having different ways of going about things. And it's getting more and more abundantly frustrating when everybody's acting off of pure emotion in every scenario because nobody's thinking of repercussions anymore. Nobody's thinking of the next step. Save the world sounds like a great next step. But we just got ousted from a kingdom for that. Lost nobility and knighthood. We've lost allies in all of this because of how we make our decisions.
You know, normally I would argue with you about that, but coming from someone whose girlfriend is trapped in an infernal dimension by a angry fire demon that haunts my dreams, yeah, I do act off of emotion.
I completely forgot about that too. I'm so sorry. Just some casual, like, by the way.
That was like a turning point in our relationship. So it's kind of one of those, like, it's perfect you bring that back up that way. And it's like, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I understand emotion behind actions.
Yeah.
I'd do anything to save my family, and I have, and I will, without regret. But when it comes to circumnavigating the rules of the world, thinking that everybody owes you the answer you think you deserve or want, it's not how the world works.
You're not
I don't
wrong.
think I can keep pushing like that.
You're not wrong all the time. And I'm just gonna like laugh. Just
I know I'm not infallible.
I know it's hard for you to, believe this, but we're gonna get through this.
You're right.
You and Buck are gonna get through this, and you guys are gonna
look out
for each other. I know, but it's gonna happen. And I'm just gonna like stand there and like, you got me ranting. I said I wasn't gonna do that. I'm gonna exit now.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing.
And I'm gonna just like
kind of
pat him
shrug
on
and
the
go,
arm.
I feel like
I'm
you
gonna
did that
pat
to
him on the
yourself.
arm, and I'm just gonna like wink at him. Yeah.
So you're
And I'm
also
just gonna pat him
exiting.
on the arm, just like, thank you for the coffee. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Desto leaves the room. It is just Bobby Joe and Seymour in this room currently.
Not doing anything still. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will.
Tyler, what the fuck is this music from? It's bugging me.
Yeah, I know.
I actually don't know at the moment, but it is sad
It's
classical music is what it's playing.
Yeah, it's fucking irking me because I know it's from a good movie, and I'm just like, bro.
I'll see if I can find it for you. But in the meantime, so Bobby Joe, do not feel like you have to do anything just because that's the scene as it currently stands. We can progress forward. But currently, it is just you and Seymour. You've got the pillow over your face. You can say something to him. You can continue to, for lack of a better word, pout. But Seymour, you're also free to speak. Or we can, again, move the scene along if you think that's what both of you would prefer.
If you don't want to speak, Bobby Joe, that's totally okay.
I don't think I'll speak, but I think I'll like, you know, when teenagers get out of their beds and they don't want to be up, but they don't speak, they're like, like every 5 seconds. I'll do that, but I'll like drag myself. Like if you could imagine me in slippers with my blanket over my head, just dragging myself over to get some coffee and like just giving you the devil a stare. Like, fuck you guys.
I'll pick up on a few sides of it, and I'll like try to do like the defeated thing that happens where it's like you bring up just any conversational topic to see if you can get anything out of them, and it's like, but you've still been writing to your dad.
Yes, I've still been writing to my dad when I get the chance. Have not received a reply yet, though. Although I don't think I've written to him for a little while, though, Tyler.
It has been.
I don't think I've written because we got into the submarine and I totally got distracted.
Yeah,
So
I mean, despite as many sessions as we have played, it's been like what? You spent about 24 hours on land since fleeing New Spectria, so
yeah.
But yeah, we can say that you were like, oh yeah, I should probably sit down and write to my dad at some point.
It's got to be hard not hearing back, but I'm sure he enjoys hearing from you when he gets a chance.
Well, to be fair, we were underwater for a little while there, so I don't think we would have gotten anything there.
Yeah. Snail mail doesn't work too well there. Have you thought about how you're going to get your mom out of the book?
No. Honestly, I don't know, man. I just don't know what to think about her still. So I haven't really thought about it. I kind of just put it back there in the back of my mind and kept going.
I get that. Not like you really.
Is it that at any point, Tyler?
Or anything.
Getting her out of the book?
You guys learned that there was an opportunity for you to commune with the book, read it, recite certain incantations, and swap a soul for a soul. And so in order for your mother to be removed from the book, somebody has to go back in the book. So that is kind of where you guys left things. But you still have the book with you. I believe it's on Buck's person.
It is. That one is very adamantly on him.
Okay, and I don't think I was ready to let her out yet anyway, so I think we kind of left that conversation. But I don't remember because it was so long ago.
Yeah, that one's a callback a little bit there, for sure. But it was just one of those, like, as raw emotions and deep things are happening, it's like, something
do.
that is very easy
Though,
for.
I honestly probably would have forgotten about it.
It's something very easy for Seymour to like be like, okay, I can get more than a yes or no answer out of like, oh, do you want coffee? No. Like, I have to give you something with a better answer. And so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I can ask these hard questions that Seymour doesn't think you thought of. It's like, okay, well, there's a couple good candidates out there to try to swap with if you ever want to.
Yeah, like fucking loop-de-loop.
I'll be honest, I think trapping a god's going to be a lot harder than trapping a princess.
Are we trying to trap a princess?
I mean, the elven princess that's trying to kill us wouldn't be a bad person to put in there.
Oh. Okay, I was thinking of a different princess. You mean the bad princess.
The evil one, yes. I mean, technically, Maori might actually be a option there too if you're really trying to get into it. But I think the false heir on the throne is a who's out for vengeance would be a pretty good option to put in there.
Noted. I don't know. Well, I'm ready to get home to my dragon. I'm kind of getting tired of fighting people all the time.
You and me both. Be a lot easier if we could just talk our way out of things.
Well, you seem to be pretty good at that yourself. Me, not so much.
I just don't think you give yourself enough opportunity to.
Maybe.
It is probably a good idea to get back to the submarine at some point, I'm pretty sure. Being on the ground for 48 or 24 hours without any contact back to this ship. I'm sure Sledge's aunt and Zane are a little bit on edge. I'm sure the
Zane's
princess probably isn't feeling great either.
I'm sure Zane is probably hungry, and he's stuck in there with Sledge's aunt.
I'm sure that they found a way to let him out to go fishing off the edge of the coast.
True. I'm trying to actively think of things to ask, but I don't know, my brain is just
That's all right. If that's where we end the scene, that's I think a great place to end the scene.
Well, I want to brain, but I don't want to like open the door to like create another argument. So I was trying to think of what to ask and how, but I don't know.
Is there a way that I can perceive that Bobby Joe's squirming with something she wants to ask? Like, it's very visible that she's like uncomfortable. And I
Kayla,
can
do you
like
think Bobby Joe is
pry her
visibly
point out.
uncomfortable, or are you doing your best to kind of act normal?
I wouldn't say uncomfortable because I don't think I feel uncomfortable around him. I think it's more of like I know there's more to the story.
Right.
Like an intuition thing.
Sure.
So I guess maybe I'm like doing that weird stare where you're like, maybe if I stare hard enough, I can figure it out.
Okay.
So maybe something like that.
I think that sounds like open enough that Seymour, you don't. We're not gonna need to roll to kind of go back and forth with this.
I'll kind of gauge out. So, I asked you about your parents because I have a very weird relationship with mine.
You what? Say that again, Taz.
I have a very weird relationship with mine.
Don't we all, man? They always think they're doing the best, but they don't always know.
My dad and I don't see eye to eye, but
I don't think I've ever heard you talk about your dad, actually.
Yeah. He's the kind that you didn't live up to his expectations. You knew about it. And he held it against you. And always will. But mom always came through. And kind of like we were talking about with your parents there. You'd do anything for your dad. Kind of like we did. But you don't know your mom anything. I've got that in the backwards way.
Interesting.
And one of the things I did while we've been on this adventure is try to look out for my family.
It's try to what? It's like cutting
Look
out
out
a little
for
bit.
my family. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
And part of that was my family is hunted because of who we are.
There's got to be a way to change that, though.
This is a racial bias that has for millennia been an issue. And my kind is probed and captured, tortured, ran tests on, and just murdered because of the fear of who we are and what we can do. And I kind of do a little showboat as we have this conversation, and I turn into a few of the people that we've ran into. Imagine one day you think, and I flip, you're talking to your dad, and years go by, and he maybe hit his head, and he doesn't quite seem the same, but he doesn't quite seem off. But you lose that connection because somebody's pretending to be him. And then I turn into like Princess Avalaria, you know? Or with the right moment, I could rule an entire country as a figurehead, and nobody would know because I can place myself there. And then I turn into Buck. Or I could be your best friend who knows everything about you. And you never knew for a second that I was somebody completely different. I turn back to myself in my normal form. Go. The repercussions of those actions are something I have to take into account with every little thing I do. Because the moment I can be identified as somebody who changes.
But you wouldn't do that to us, right? You wouldn't change who you were to alter anything. You've never done that.
Full disclosure. I've absolutely hidden myself from you guys in plain sight. Last night, I was a gnome in the bar, hanging out while you guys had your drinks and fun. Because I was there last night making sure that nobody died up on that hilltop after I heard about you guys running up there to fight the bird.
Why don't you trust us to take care of ourselves?
Because I've never seen you guys actually feel like you're watching out for yourselves. You act first and think later. I will say, on a lighter note, while full disclosure's out there, I absolutely turned into a girl at a bar and fucked a sledge one time.
You fucked Sludge one time?
He said fucked with. It cut out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's
I gotta admit, that was pretty funny.
Oh, that was funny. But I don't know, Seymour. Sometimes you're hard to figure out. I can't figure out if you do have good intentions for us or if you just really want to protect us that bad. But you don't have to be like a protective parent. Like, We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna do dumb shit along the way, but how else are we supposed to learn?
Doing dumb shit is like shoplifting or throwing rocks at birds. Getting into a full causal reality issue with royalty because you guys don't align with their racial standards on how they do things. That's another story. Chasing off into uncounted territory just because you're upset at a couple bullies from your hometown, or you're looking for a girlfriend that's supposedly long gone. All of you have said, I'm going to do this without you guys.
You're gonna
And the
what?
rest of us agree. All of you at some point have said something where you're going to go, I'm going to do this with or without you guys. And the rest of us follow. And so, to me, that kind of thinking terrifies me because of everything I told you is I have to calculate everything I do to make sure I'm not hunted. I've explained this before, but I don't think you understand the gravity of it as to why.
Gravity of it. I get it. I've never been in your shoes, but I can be sympathetic to your situation and I can understand why you would want to calculate everything. I'm just telling you that with us here, you're in a safe space and I don't think you need to calculate everything. I know we're not perfect, but maybe a little faith in us sometimes. We fuck up, but we manage to make it out okay most of the time.
If I was captured when we were in that castle, based off what you guys have described to me, would have been outed right then and there in a way that an entire kingdom knows that all of you travel with a changeling. And not only would you now not be able to save the world the way that you could as heroes, you'd be villains in almost every community by harboring an illegal race. That's why I have to look out for you guys if I'm with you guys. So
you think we're in danger sometimes because of who you are?
You absolutely are.
Okay. I mean, what makes you think we wouldn't have your back?
I don't believe you guys wouldn't have my back. That's not the problem at hand. The problem at hand is if people found out who I was, then all of you are at risk.
Well,
I don't know if that's something.
I'm a hopeless romantic because I think the world can change and I think it has to start somewhere. And I'm just going to sip my coffee and then stare at Seymour really hard and say, also, I think you have OCD.
No, it's anxiety.
They're one and the same. They come together.
That's my secret. I'm always anxious.
I think this feels like a good spot for us to we will move to the next scene. We are also going to take our 5-minute break. So go get a drink, go do whatever you need to do. We'll be back in 5 and we will pick up the story from there. So many conversations still yet to be had.
Is anyone else? We just got him back in our party, and I can't wait to lose him again. He's so annoying.
I am not making any commentary. I'm gonna go. I'll be back in 5.
Damn, not any redeemable amount of that, HJ, huh? None of that.
I hate him so much.
Oh my god.
Do you hate him, or does Sledge hate him, or does both?
Yes.
Oh, you'll get your opportunity to say so here real soon.
Oh.
Fresh beer time.
Hi, Taz. I love you.
I love you too, AJ, even though it doesn't feel like it right now.
Hey, I want to see pictures of your ornament. Send me a picture of it. I want to make sure it doesn't suck.
Right here?
Yeah. Okay. It makes me so happy. Yes.
It's really good.
I love it.
It's like like perfect cartoony, like it's not like actually unfocusing there, but
I watched it over the weekend in honor of it, and I was like, yes, I love this fucking movie so.
it is a fantastic movie.
Uh,
I still can't believe that there's so many people that don't call Die Hard a Christmas movie.
my daughter doesn't. She's like, it's not a Christmas movie. I was like, you're a fucking loser. Yes, it is.
I think it's one of those that really it gets me when it's like, what was it, a couple weeks ago, Macaulay Culkin had an interview and was like, "Oh yeah, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. I can say so because I'm in a Christmas movie, Home Alone." And I'm like, brother, if Home Alone was set to summer camp, it'd be the same fucking shit. Like,
Yup.
your argument for Die Hard is, oh, you could do that on St. Patty's Day and it's still the same movie. I'm like, you lose just as much jokes and everything else.
Freaking, I talked to Bethany today, AJ.
Yeah.
You said the people that got that flu, some of them are stuck with that cough for 6 weeks.
Great.
I want to die thinking about it. I do good, and then I do things like shovel the driveway, and then I want to die.
Ugh. Let me go get water. Brent, I hope that this has been sufficient time to watch the orc trailer. If not, I will be highly disappointed.
Nobody cares about your orc trailer.
I'm pulling it up now, but I was looking at my RPG calendar. So basically, it is a year-long game where the calendar is the GM.
That's fucking awesome.
So my friend sent it to me, but it got here late, so I am trying to figure it out. Okay.
What you don't have to watch it right now. But
yes.
Whatever happened to the advent calendar of the dice? What was the final tally of like what you got for dice wise?
I ended up getting and it worked out really well. I actually got 3 full sets of dice.
Really? Wow.
And then it's none of them match, but all together they do form 3 full sets. I thought I took a picture of it, but apparently
we love it. I remember I was waiting for it because I think we got the first couple days, and we were curious of what you were going to actually get for like how many D8s are in there, D6s, D20s.
So yeah, there's 3 of each. So these were the last 3 that I got.
Ooh, do you have a favorite? What's your favorite one you got?
I really like the white. But I think I like the gold D10 right here. I really like that one. I did also get a pin. So it's like a little Christmas dragon pin and a Mind Flayer mini.
Very
I mean,
cool.
it's like very crudely like 3D printed, but it is still like,
and it's just like a vague gray cloud of something. It's
to
the actual D&D creature.
It looks it is. It is actually a more than anything, it's a giant spider monster that is the end all be all.
Right.
That is it's just a giant. Yes, it's a giant smoke monster, but also could be a flesh monster depending on the season.
Right. I gotcha.
So 9.
So, we will jump back into things, assuming everybody is ready to jump back in. And we'll say that... Oh, Taz is giving me the one finger for a moment.
I'm just watching that video that got that.
Oh, okay. Is there a video that I should be watching?
No.
No.
Don't worry about it.
It's the Metalocalypse one. I do know the reference of it.
Okay.
But
God, I love Metalocalypse.
Like, all I can think of with the dad's thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, and I'm thinking this Buck is like, hell no, I fucking love my dad.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and narrate that. Yeah, Bobby Joe and Seymour have their moment, and as the conversation sort of lulls, the party will eventually find its way back together again as you all come back and start packing up. If I may kind of Jaeger you for a moment, but you guys start packing up and you can either have the kind of group conversation now or as you kind of nod. So you guys
Seymour would like to have the conversation now.
Gotcha.
Before we head back to the ship.
Totally understand. So yeah, you guys are in the house. You've gotten like a knock on the door. It's like, right, so don't want to rush you in your morning. I know we all partied hard last night, but if there's anything we can do to help on whatever the next leg of your journey is, just let us know. We'll be out here, just sort of waiting. I lost all the contests last night. That's why I'm here. What? I'll wait. And you hear like footsteps kind of trudge to the side. But yeah, you all 5 are together and kind of determining what comes next.
kind of like take the lead on it and look to the group as everybody's grabbing like the last minute stuff with like their packs and making their bed or whatever they want to do. If they're like not F it, just kind of go and be like, well, we appear to be in a position where tempers have been flaring more than they have lately. And we're probably not all on the best pages that we could be. So, in an effort to bury myself deeper in a hole here, to hopefully maybe bury the hatchet with it, let's air some grievances. And
oh god,
let's also own up to our own mistakes. I'll start.
Hello, my name is Buck, and I'm a violence addict. It has been 3 years since my last confession. Wait, how does this work?
Josh O'Connor strides out from the wings. Just kidding.
Buck, if you don't mind, I'll start.
Okay.
So, my airing of grievances is I feel like none of you have enough self-preservation to actually get us to the point where we can save the world that we've been so dutifully quested with. I think each one of you is so wrapped up in your pride and your own morals and beliefs that you're going to die for something that isn't worth dying for. And to use the goblin quote I heard again this morning, and I speak it in perfect goblin at first, and go, this is the raven calling the crow black. I then say it again in common and go, I don't trust you guys because of this. I have not led you in on all of the things I've been trying to orchestrate to keep us alive, whether it comes through political connections or even just trying to have people work in the background to make sure we have the resources we need. Most recently speaking, about the kingdom of New Spectria. I lied to all of your faces.
great.
My family, based off of our history, and based off of what kind of race we are hired assassins. Not much of a surprise when it comes to understanding who and what a changeling can be and why we're so dangerous. We have a reputation we must uphold, and we are hunted. If we fail, or if people know who we are. Recently, my mother was put in a position of having to kill one of the princesses to save her life. Princess Ratona, that we let on her own go, was not the Princess Ratona. She was killed mornings before. So, I ensured that it happened so that my mother and her safety was preserved, as well as my family.
What do
Larry,
you mean?
what was that?
What do you mean that you assured that it happened?
I was there to witness it. Help cover up the body. I was going to use that as leverage to keep us in good standing with the elves, because that is what the person who ordered it, Avalaria, wanted done. This would have given us a full in on the kingdom as royal knights who guaranteed and ensured that her will was done. We would have had strong allies in a war to come. That very well laid, well orchestrated plan was immediately ruined. And as much as I have been trying to blame Buck and you guys for it, all of the fault does not lie there. Because as I've been so adamantly told, I have not told you guys everything, which has led to problems. At this point, we've all had who we can kill and who we can't kill on your own moral compass. To me, I had no issue with that. But I find all of you might. So, that is airing of grievances and my stake of honesty in all of this.
I think my problem with this right now is that we just had a decent conversation about how you did not want to be persecuted for certain reasons. You're an illegal race and you were trying to protect us and protect yourself from these things, but at the same time, you're also doing the exact thing that people are afraid of, and you kept things from us and you lied and you did things that we didn't agree with. So you're kind of putting yourself in that position, and I don't know how to feel about this now.
I agree. That's why I said it's the raven calling the crow black. I too realize that I have not looked internally enough on my own issues. So, take all of this what you will, say what you need to say. That way we can either get past this or not.
Real quick, so just to underscore something that shouldn't need it, but I'm potentially a little overplaying this, but Taz, aka or rather Seymour, has just laid out for the party the thing that we as players have been trying to respectfully not metagame around, but you as the characters now know what we as the players have known for months. Seymour, to whatever responsibility you would like to lay on him, was involved in Princess Ratona's death, and however you would like to frame that. As the DM, I would like to go around the circle very quickly and in like 5 words or less, what is your character feeling? You do not have to role play anything necessarily if you don't feel comfortable, like whatever, but just I want to get a snapshot in this moment of how does everybody react emotionally to that? I'm going to start with Sledge and I'll work kind of around the screen. So Sledge, 5 words or less, like you hear this confession. What is your first thought?
Initial thought is anger, because essentially my first gut reaction is like he killed an innocent person.
Okay, great.
But I'm still waiting to kind of digest
totally
and see why.
Totally, there's more going on. I just wanted to get like the surface.
Just the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. Desto.
Mine's gonna be more than 5 words probably.
Sure.
But anger as well.
Yep.
And disappointment, but not for the reason that Sledge is.
Okay.
Weirdly enough.
Why is Desto angry and disappointed?
I'm upset about the princess being killed, but I'm more upset that this scheming was done and we weren't like at least consulted or given a warning on it.
Sure.
Because of what happened afterwards we were tortured literally keeping this information, thinking that the princess was alive.
Sure.
And
You're
I
reflecting
watched
on your torture.
my friends were tortured because we believed a lie.
Sure. Okay.
Which I already had suspicions, due to what happened during that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I didn't even think about that
Yeah.
context. That's great context.
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe, I think, along with the same feelings as them.
Yeah.
I think she's just confused at this point.
Sure.
She doesn't know if she trusts him or not.
Okay. Cool. And then finally, Buck. Just like initial emotional reaction.
Buck honestly is, quite frankly, more relieved than anything else that Seymour is finally being honest.
Okay. Not what I was expecting, and that's why I wanted to ask the question. That's great. Cool. We've gotten our snapshot of the initial reaction, the revelation, the cut of the camera to each one of your faces as you process what's going on. We will now jump back into the scene, but I felt that was important to grab some sort of picture of that moment. But Bobby Joe has already expressed some confusion and disappointment and pointing out maybe some hypocrisy in words versus actions. Carry on the scene as you were. So sorry for interrupting.
I don't think Bobby Joe had anything else more to say, really. I think it was more so like, you're thinking it, so you have to say it out loud. Like,
I'm going to, start to speak up and just. I'm going to try to be the reasonable one. I'm going to just look around at everybody, and especially Buck, because I'm sure he's very upset right now. That would be my first thought. Is just,
Yeah.
All right, now let's not act irrationally here, okay? Seymour, I know it was really hard for you to tell us that. So as upset that I am at what you just said, I understand why you had to do what you did. Being somebody that I don't have my family anymore, I would and tried to do everything to, save them. I disagree with what you did and it was wrong, but I understand where your head was probably at. I don't wish, anyone to lose their mother or anybody, but I just wish you would have. I know why you didn't, but I wish you would have told us because we literally got tortured believing a lie. We were tortured specifically for that reason. I watched my friends and your friends get tortured. No, you don't talk yet. You're going to let me talk first. And that is not right. That wasn't right, and that wasn't fair to us. And I still care about you. I love you. I'm upset with you. We haven't seen eye to eye before. But as upset as I am, I want you to know. And I'm going to look around at everybody. I forgive you. I forgive you.
I didn't see the torture being how everything played out from where it did. And to subject you guys to that, I am sorry. I denied telling you guys for many reasons. Mostly because morally, I think you guys would have tried to find ways around it. And secondly, to give you plausible deniability. in other scenarios where just a zone of truth would have happened, it would have given all of you an out to being accomplices to murder. And 99 out of 100 times, that's more likely what would have happened. And I still wouldn't doubt that they didn't use zone of truth on you when you were getting tortured, but to ensure that you weren't getting lied. But I did that as what was the logical choice. But I see now the repercussions of those actions in the 1%.
So you could understand then where my confusion is coming from, possibly. Because again, to reflect on the conversation that we had earlier, you are trying to steer us in a direction that you think is better for us and constantly trying to protect us while also putting us in situations that get us tortured.
Well, if we didn't swing on the king, we wouldn't have, or the queen, we wouldn't have gotten into a scenario where we got killed, captured, and tortured.
But that just leads further to my point. Like, you can't control everything. You just can't. And
You're right. I can't. And I've been trying for so hard and so long to do that. And it's been a difficult realization over the last couple of weeks that that is exactly what I can't do, which is what's causing problems.
I'm going to
My
take
own
a hard
actions.
left here and just ask you this because I think it'll help me maybe understand you a little bit more. This person that you present to us as Seymour, because obviously it is not your true form. Who is that?
Are you asking for what the outside is or what the inside is?
Well, I know what the inside is because you've shown me that before. I want to know where you met this person to be able to change into them and who they are and what happened to them.
That's a great question.
I'm sorry if you were not prepared
No,
for that.
no, I am more than prepared for this, actually.
That is an amazing question.
It is a very great question. And I just want to make sure that if I double check my notes, if it's actually written here the way I'm going to say it, or if I might need to change my lore a little bit. Yes. Okay. So the person you see here's name is Seymour Vinestore. That is who this person's body was. When I was very young, my family immigrated from a small island. I don't really remember much, but one of the things they teach you when you're a kid in this barbaric race is that you have to memorize every inch of a person's face before you can truly transform into them. We immigrated to the islands out west, the Aegean Islands, and there was a low noble family, half elves out there. And I was forced to murder this small child, roughly my age, so that I could become them. And that is how my family took the place in normal society as regular people. My family doesn't talk much about the immigration or the old life that they used to have, because it was ruthless and difficult for them. The same way they've been running and hiding for years. My sister and I were brought into this world running and hiding. So the face you see is the first face I ever killed. And I look at it every morning. A constant reminder that I'm exactly why people fear me. But I have no choice but to do this. Does that answer your question?
Well, yes, but now I have more.
We are airing grievances. This is your time.
I'm gonna pass the buck because I'm thinking. Pass the buck. It doesn't have to go to buck.
I almost picture like the ball or something that you're handing off right now. Like, all right, somebody else has the talking stick.
I have the speaking pillow.
He is proficient.
Buck is just going to look at Seymour, and this is what I've been waiting for this whole time. I know how to lie, but I'm not very good at it. And because of this, I know that I have to be good at spotting lies. I've known for a long time, Seymour, that you have been harboring secrets and hidden traumas and guilts and these things. But I haven't brought it up in pride because in my head I was sparing you some sort of pain, and you would tell me if you felt it was necessary or you wanted to talk about it. That was my mistake. I should have been a better friend and asked you about you more. I will not be making that mistake again. So, I hate what you did, but I understand why. So, I know you hate what I did, but I need you to understand why.
I never didn't understand why.
And that's what I needed. So, now, cards on the table. What are we doing? Because regardless of whatever plans you had for Queenie there, I fucked that up. So now we got to go to plan B. So let's see how well you are at it. The old goblin reliable of pivoting.
If we're keeping it lighthearted, we're more on like plan V at this point because we fucked so many up. But Fledge, you haven't said a word.
Above the table, just so I can understand. What's the reason you said that you killed her?
I killed, or I witnessed and assisted with the killing of
The princess.
Princess Ratona. I was making sure I get names right here. Yeah. Ratona, because my mother was hired to kill her by Queen Avalaria. Otherwise, the entire country would hunt down my family because of their known business. and who we are.
So for selfish reasons, you killed an innocent girl. Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you over the table, like
No,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
That is
I'm-
absolutely like you can break it down to that very semantic if that's the hill you want to go to.
no. Mm.
So you got the over the table information,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
Sledge has been. You're good. I'm just.
There's a lot. I honestly, I don't think I want to say it out loud. I think it's just all going in my head, but I'll say what I'm thinking out loud, like to you guys in my head.
Okay.
Is like how the absolute audacity to sit there and talk to us about being selfish and doing selfish decisions when at the end of the day he chose to just kill an innocent young girl. I know it's not a young girl, like it's a
Right.
whatever, but for all
1,500 years old.
Age has been
for all intents
incredibly
and purposes,
flexible with these elven princesses.
yes, you killed an innocent person, which for whatever reason, I really don't care the reason. Morally, it's wrong, and I know I don't like that at all. I think before I say anything out loud, just something for you to know, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be asking God for some guidance later on. I want to know what his thoughts are on something like this.
Sure.
I don't want to judge too hastily, no matter my personal feelings on it. I don't want to outwardly judge Seymour because I understand he had a reason to do it, but at the end of the day, he's still a murderer.
And you don't agree with the reason currently.
With innocent blood on his hands, and I do not, and that's why I want to go get guidance from Gond. To the point, I know it's a joke that Sledge doesn't heal anybody, but I will actively go out of my way to not heal Seymour going forward.
Okay.
Until I feel like he's worthy to heal.
Is this okay? This is still over the table, right?
This is just over the table of what's going on in my gut reaction of what's happening. I'd like to think that Sledge has enough wisdom not to outwardly throw this stone at a glass house, metaphorically speaking, and ruin any relationship that Seymour has now that he's back with the party. I don't want him to go running again like he was before.
Okay.
So I think this is just all just kind of seething inside, just kind of boiling inside.
I am going to ask. Actually, you continue, AJ. I'm sorry.
That's it. I won't try to hide the fact that I look angry or something is obviously bothering me. But I do not want to outwardly say anything yet.
Okay.
I want to kind of compose myself.
I think typically I would let that live. There's something in me though, and I'm gonna indulge it. That is gonna, for a moment, I think, play interviewer a little bit and ask you like one kind of line of questioning, which is, AJ, in your mind, so for Sledge, what is the reason that you're not saying something right now? And then I guess to make this a two-part question and not to incite anything, right? Certainly we as all players all know why it's easier for this to go the way that it seems like it's going right now. But from a personal character perspective, what is it that makes Sledge want Seymour around still if there is that deep of a disagreement? So why are you not saying anything? Why do you still like, what is the redeeming quality, I guess, in that you are still seeing in Seymour?
I don't want to say anything outwardly, just because I know how fragile.
Sure, this is just you taking me inside the thought process.
I don't want to say something. I don't want to be super confrontational. I don't want to make Seymour run away again.
Okay.
Because he's already proven that he does that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to chase him off, especially and honestly, it's not so much for what I see in Seymour, but I know he's best friends with Buck. I don't want Buck's best friend to run away. The rest of the party seems to be okay with it to a point, I guess. I don't want to be selfish and make him run away or have confrontation in the party if everyone else wants him around.
Okay. I appreciate that. And we can continue. So, thank you for giving me that peek. So Seymour, you kind of prompt Sledge to say something, and you see he's seething. And you can see the gears turning. And however you choose to interpret it, he's clearly restraining himself from saying something. Whether that's because, oh man, that kind of night, huh? He's restraining himself from saying something. Whether that is out of wisdom or, whatever the reason may be. You see he is seemingly chosen that it's better not to say something than to say something that might make the situation worse for one of you, if not if not all of you.
So I will take that into account. I do still have a train of thought that
sure, go for it.
Go on, and I don't want it to make it seem like I'm playing what was said above the table into that. So rein me in if it sounds like that. But
yeah,
after prompting Sledge, being like, "Well, you haven't said anything," and seeing him just like sucking his gums, like there's just it's not sitting right with you. I go, I told all of you this, and in essence, to bury a hatchet, keep honesty afloat, and try to learn to trust in a way that I haven't been trusting you guys so far. And I understand that the information I've told you and the airing of the grievances is difficult. I've been prompted a few times by this group about parting ways because of disagreements about how we go about things, where our moral compass lies, and everything else. And if you guys don't truly think this is something that we can get past, because I don't want to continue to keep rehashing these old wounds and bringing this up over and over to a point where we just continue to tear each other down. Because that's not healthy individually. It's a group, let alone for a party of adventurers trying to save the world. This is an honest question to all of you. And I don't want you to give me a half-assed answer when I say it. Do you guys think you can continue forward with me? Or do you think the rift is too big? And this is something that can't be settled now.
You want us to decide that right now? That's a big question.
Every time I asked you if you wanted to leave, it was never out of a desire for you actually wanting you to leave. I didn't think you wanted to be with us because clearly we had too big of a differences of opinion. You had your way about doing things and we had ours, and I wasn't sure if you felt comfortable with what we were doing. So I suggested that as a way of giving you an out as your friend, that, oh, if Buck asked me to leave, then I can go without feeling ashamed or whatever. I never wanted you to go. It was never about that. All I ever wanted from you was honesty, and you have given me that now. So I'm good.
I'll go
But
next.
maybe, like, let's not kill people without telling the group. That's my one condition.
I'll go next.
I mean,
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've already kind of said everything that I needed to say to you. It's not going to be easy, you know. If you're expecting us to, high five and be best friends, it's not going to happen right away. But I forgive you, and I want to move on with you. What I said earlier, I meant, we need to stick together. I think, and I think you being completely honest with us is the first step to that. So, thank you. Yeah. That's I'm gonna look around just like that's all I got, guys.
I don't get. I mean, I believe I could move on from this, but I'm not going to forget it. That's going to be a hard one for me. And I hope you understand and appreciate the fact that the group truly does love you and care for you enough, despite what you are and what you're so afraid of people judging you for, that we're willing to do that for you.
Seymour, I don't think any of us have ever judged you based on your appearance or the reputation of your people once we found out what you are. But I will judge you on having the blood of an innocent girl on your hands. I need to go reflect a bit. I don't think it's okay, even though I know you have your reasons. I don't actively want you gone. Obviously, the rest of the party. I look over at Buck and Bobby Joe and Desto. They can forgive you. I don't know if I can. And like Bobby Joe said, I'm definitely not going to forget what's happened. But I will say, I'd rather have you stay than be out of sight, because who knows if the next hatchet you bury isn't in one of our backs. What if your family gets a contract of one of us?
A valid question. I'm above the table. That was not Bobby Joe.
No. And
on the table. That's a valid pet.
I don't need you to tell me anything differently, but that's where my thoughts are. And I'm not going to try to rehash this down the road. But like I said, I do want to reflect a little bit instead of just give you my instant gut reaction.
Seems like. Well, I guess I'll finish off with what Sledge said there. I know that your viewing of me killing Ratona is something you'll probably hold with you forever. Talking about the blood of an innocent. But to be fair to you, I've spilt enough innocent blood at this point that one didn't matter to me. And I don't know if it was just because of how I was raised, or if it's because of what I truly believe in. But it's fair to say that I'm probably not making it up to wherever you think God's going to put you. And I can rest at peace with that still. It sounds like me staying is just as much of an issue as me going. I would hate for you guys to spend every day watching over your shoulder thinking that I might be coming for you. Because I truly don't want you to think that. But I don't want to be felt like every day I'm kept at arm's length from the people I see for every minute.
You said it doesn't bother you that you have innocent blood on your hands?
I've wrestled with it. And I've made my peace. Because I was always taught that it was about surviving. And as I've grown older and gotten further away from that, I can't change what I did. So I accept it. Do I love it? No. Have I made peace with it? Yeah, because I'm still breathing. I get to make peace with it. I don't necessarily believe in an afterlife like you do. So all I got is this one chance. And I'd like to wake up more days than not.
So where do we go from here?
That's a good question. Where do we go from here?
I
Sledge,
vote home.
don't we need to find your family? Aren't we concerned about we not having heard from them and stuff? Isn't that part of why we went with your aunt?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to go there. Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong. My good friend, is he still trapped underneath the mountain somewhere by these demons, or is he, was he part of like the
He's
bars
part
and
of
stuff
the
like
revelry in the bars and stuff.
that? Okay, so we're
in
good with
all the
that.
partying, we did not get to him specifically, but yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, you guys conveniently,
Okay, so
as you wrap up your discussion, you'll hear the knock on the door of like, right, so again, not trying to roast. I mean, we're starting to set up for lunch. Can go ahead and get like a plate for all of you, or just checking of y'all are heading north, or I'll be waiting out here.
I choose booze first.
booze.
I need a way to process things, and I choose booze.
Cool.
All right, booze and lunch. And then I believe that we might be going north. But first, we have to go collect an old dwarf lady, a dragon, and a submarine.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the
Why wouldn't
submarine.
you just use the submarine to?
Because it's like in the middle of the land.
But wouldn't it be easier to come at it from the north with less ground to cover?
Would it? I mean, I don't. I'm not saying that as like as a sarcastic, like mean thing. I mean that legitimately, like.
We need a map.
Sure,
I
I would
might have
say
a 19 intelligence. I can't read the map.
cursorily, I will say that you could go either way. Who is to say what sort of geologic reformation has taken place? You already have kind of come across some of that, which you can assume is related to the Earth Phoenix, but certainly that is not the only thing that's changed the environment around here. So you can kind of take the gamble on that. You would also need to stock up. So, what's that, Kayla?
What's the fastest way? I know you sent us a map like forever ago via email, but I no longer have it.
It's okay. I believe it's still a pinned message in the new Ammolia handouts. Let me know if it's not.
Looking for it right now.
Okay, let me repin it because I know I put it in
There
here
it
at
is.
one point.
I've got it right here.
Are you able to pin it? Excuse me.
It says that you pinned a message. It doesn't pop up immediately on the top in the pinned though. So let me see if I can.
Let me unpin and repin it. There we go. All right, so
we are in Carnelia right now.
You are in Damo. You are in the continent of Carnelia. You are in the city of Damo, and you would be journeying to Affleck, which would require you to go deeper up the Thom Ocean, or the Tom Ocean, round Mount Glimmer, and eventually find your way to Affleck, which, as it happens, is close to the coast, but is not considered a port city because this is the high seat of the dwarves, and in their most sacred of places, they wanted to have a little distance between them and the water, preferring to be landlocked. So you could kind of round around the country or the continent, and then kind of just dock where there is not really a dock, or you could leave the submarine here where it is closer to more of like the shipping routes would be shorter and journey over land. I will say, gosh, assuming nothing pops up for either of y'all between land and sea, I think it's fair to say 2, 3, 4. Probably 3 days by sub, 4 by land. It's pretty close, but the sub you'll have to round Mount Glimmer, whereas if you're on land, you can take a bit more direct path through the mountain pass, kind of straight line.
Say, would I have better insight of what's actually better, safer, easier to actually get to? Like I understand it's 3 days on sub,
sure.
but is it one of those like where the shortcut's not better? There's the coast is hazardous, it's not good landing spots or ports, or is it like is it more dangerous going on foot and it just
why don't you roll me let's call it a survival check
with advantage because it's my home.
I'll let you add +2.
+2 15.
15. I think that you
16. I lied. 16.
Excuse me, 16.
16.
Well, that changes it. I think what I'll say on a 16 is that there is the dwarven instinct that land is always better than sea. And then there is as you guys go out and start to like get lunch and liquid lunches, that they offer some provisions and traveling gear that seem like it'll make the land journey a bit easier. They don't really have anything to offer you other than rations for the sea journey. But they're like, I mean, if it helps, we've got a couple of extra scrolls of haste for like quick, like if you're trying to like really push through some bad weather. We might have a couple of scrolls of tree stride around. That'll like help jump a little bit. But I mean, it's all up to you. I mean,
I vote the submarine. That's my vote.
I'm gonna tell the party we should do it by land. We'll have more control. But obviously, it's party majority rules.
I'm gonna vote for land as well.
1 second.
I trust Sledge.
I also trust Sledge. Let's do that. Also, I'm tired of being cramped.
Aim. I just want to float on the boat and take a nap on the way there.
I'm gonna look to Bobby Joe and just, you act like you're not gonna take a nap when we're traveling on land too.
I have to walk.
You nap at the most inopportune times.
Yeah, well. It's not my fault.
I have a medical condition, damn it.
I'm just like gonna throw my hands up like, hey, no judgment here. Just saying.
Also, I want my dragon.
You have a dragon. Do you mention, like, are you talking about this openly? We can rewind real quick. I don't have to say anything, but
I forgot that fucker was in there. I thought he left the room. He was like, I'll come back.
You're now in like a cafeteria.
We're at
You're
lunch.
eating lunch.
Well, I'll say it really, really quietly.
Okay, cool. They don't have to jump in on that.
Probably you say Zane. I'll just say Zane. I want Zane.
Sure.
And then nobody will know what I'm talking
Gotcha.
about.
All right. Well, it sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds as though the party has agreed to traverse by land to the city of Damo, where they plan on finding Sledge's family. Taz is AFK at the moment, but there is the formality of confirming something, so I'll wait until he gets back.
He's back.
There we go. So the party, it sounds like, has agreed to go by land to the city of Damo. As you guys are loading up, I guess, actually, we'll say, would you prefer to go get Sledge? Would you prefer to go get Zane, Brathuni, and Mayuri from the ship yourselves, or send a envoy of the dwarves to just go round them up?
Probably.
I want the dwarves to know about the dragon.
Up to y'all.
They don't need to know
Or
about
the
dragon.
submarine.
They can just go get. I'm sure they know about the submarine. It's legendary
Sure
auntie.
Sure they don't know about it since she said it's a prototype and that she's been working with it.
Yeah.
How are you going to respond to that, Taz? Yeah.
So wait, we're going to Damo?
That's where your family is.
Okay. And where are we right now?
You are in Affleck.
I thought it was the other way around.
Where the fuck's Affleck?
Oh, did I misspeak?
Oh, Affleck's up there. I thought it was Affleck. Yeah, I thought we were going northbound, right?
Yeah, I misspoke. You are currently in Damo.
Okay.
You are going to Affleck. I am so
Gotcha.
sorry.
That's what, I was just sitting there. I'm like, where the fuck? How are we going? Where are we if we have to go north, but Damo's in the southwest? Like,
No.
what is going
I
on
misspoke.
here?
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Your map
You know,
is upside down.
honestly, in looking at the map, it totally makes sense not to go via sea. Looks like it would take longer.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So,
Have you ever heard of cruise control?
no, I haven't. Please describe to me what it is.
Have you ever seen
Razuni said that she can click a button and the ship steers itself.
Yeah, but it's a prototype, so how reliable is that?
Are you willing to nap it out and keep a watchful eye out instead of walking?
So are
I'm
we
okay with walking.
get our people then, or do you want the dwarves to go?
Hang on. Do I have anything I can do to get her over here? I don't have messenger or something, do I? Fuck. Oh, hang on. Cool. I have sending as an active spell. I'm just gonna do sending and talk to Aunt Bethumi.
What's the range on sending?
Oh, please. I think it's the plane, right?
Is
range
it?
Unlimited. Yep.
Okay.
Unlimited.
Then, yeah, you can send to Aunt Bethany.
Oh, and even to other planes of existence. So.
Okay.
I'll just do a real quick to Udaloo. Get fucked. And then.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna send the second one to Aunt Bethumi and just kind of give her in less than 25 words the rundown of like, hey, get over here. We're gonna go via feet or foot to our home. We'll be waiting for you.
Oh, that's great. Yep, I'll be right there. I just need to round them up. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. I'll be right there.
Hide Zane best you can.
Hide him.
So put like I don't know. Make him look like a dog. Really ugly dog.
I will see what I can do.
Can I
And bring a pie.
We established before that there's like a certain whistle that I have to call him.
We have. I think we have put limits on the range of that, but
okay. I was gonna say that might make it easier, but I'm not sure if we're within range.
I'm going to say you're out of range, given that you are also underground.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Damn.
But she hangs up the phone and gets to work on that, and you guys continue packing up. And I think, actually, that might be the best place for us to end tonight.
No.
Is you all getting prepared to head out, and tension's still kind of ironed out with Seymour, but kind of still there. Maybe it's a stain that just needs a couple more wash cycles. Maybe it's there forever. Who's to say?
I don't know. It might be like an oil stain where you wash it 1.5 million times and it's still there.
But with that, we will end tonight's session, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for this.